A year after turbulent ties, Asian neighbors India and the Maldives have moved to restore the historic defense ties. The move also reflects India's growing strategic influence under Prime Minister Modi in pulling the Maldives away from China's clutches and possible debt trap. The Maldivian defense minister undertook a 3-day official visit to New Delhi to bolster defense and maritime security cooperation. Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh hosted Mohammad Ghassan on the 8th of January, following which he highlighted how the tiny Indian Ocean nation holds a special place in India's neighborhood first policy, saying, quote, several issues about deepening defense cooperation were discussed, which would also help in enhancing the capacity of Maldives' national defense forces. Today's discussions will add a new vigor to India-Maldives relations, unquote. Rajnath Singh further extended support to Mali in capacity enhancement for defense preparedness, including provisioning for defense platforms and assessment to augment its capacities. A statement from the Defense Ministry added that on the special request made by the government of Maldives, India handed over defense equipment and stores to the Maldives. Sources revealed to the Indian Express claimed they included utility vehicles and berthing equipment worth 35 crore rupees. The lease of aviation platforms expiring this year, 2 advanced light helicopters gifted by India to the Maldives for evacuation purposes were also discussed. Sources told The Hindu that the leaders discussed the Ekatha Harbour project for the NNDF Coast Guard, for which the foundation stone was laid by Rajnath Singh and then Maldivian counterpart Maria Didi during an official visit in May 2023. In order to counterbalance China's growing footprint in the Indian Ocean region, India has given a special place to neighboring nations like the Maldives and Sri Lanka in its regional geopolitical strategy. Hence, Singh made sure to bring up the matter of frequent docking of foreign vessels on Maldivian territory, hinting at Mali granting permission to Chinese agencies. India raised concerns with Maldives over the presence of large number of Chinese vessels in the Indian Ocean, warning Mali to exercise caution while granting such permissions. In turn, the Maldives has assured that it would take due care related to Chinese dual-use research and surveillance vessels frequenting the strategically located archipelago in the heart of the Indian Ocean. This after Indian Navy tracked 3 Chinese research vessels operating in the Indian Ocean just last year, aimed at gathering vital data related to conducting naval operations, especially that of submarines. Now, in an attempt to reconcile with India, the Maldives promised special focus on real-time information sharing between the two defense establishments. Now, this recent visit is the first by Maldivian Defense Minister after it requested India to withdraw defense personnel managing and maintaining aviation platforms that had been gifted by India. Remember, President Muizu won elections in 2023 on the back of an India Out campaign and insisted that India withdraw all its military personnel from the tiny nation. Tensions reached a boiling point last January when Maldivian ministers crossed the red line by insulting Indian Prime Minister Modi and offending a country from where most of its tourists come from. The island country left no room for diplomatic maneuver as the insults came at the same time Muizu was visiting China. However, the 3 Maldivian ministers who personally insulted PM Modi were later asked to resign, while Muizu even attended the oath-taking ceremony for Prime Minister Modi's 3rd term in office. Muizu stated during his New Delhi visit, quote, Maldives would never do anything to undermine the security of India. While we enhance cooperation with other countries in various sectors, we remain committed to ensuring our actions do not compromise the security and stability of our region, unquote. So why is Maldives looking to reset relations with India? With rising debt and external dependencies, Mali is facing a staggering economic crisis and is struggling to stay afloat. A crisis long in the making includes a potential default on 500 million sukuk debt. As of March 2024, the Maldives also had a staggering debt to GDP ratio of 110%. Indicating a current account deficit, the foreign exchange reserves are also in no good position as they fell to $492 million from $748 million just a year ago. As a result, the country has sought help from both China and India for debt restructuring. In September last year, the Indian High Commission in the Maldives announced extending budgetary support to the Maldives government in the form of rollover of 50 million USD treasury bill for another year at the Maldivian government's request. Now, for Beijing, Maldives is a pivotal part of China's string of pearls strategy, which involves enhancing its influence through a network of naval bases and commercial ports, encircling vital maritime routes. Concerns over possibility of Beijing opening a maritime front against India by building a naval base in the Maldives are growing, pushing India to normalize relations with the Maldives as well. But to counter any such move, India also opened its own navy base in Lakshadweep Islands, while the government has also sanctioned 2 new air bases for the Indian Air Force in Lakshadweep. Have your say. Can India trust the Maldives? Leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to InConnect News.